Bulldrome was introduced in Monster Hunter 2. He is a fanged beast and heavily resembles a real-life boar, with large tusks, one of which outgrowing the other. He is the adult version of a small monster known as Bullfango. The main difference between the two are Bulldrome's large, asymmetrical tusks, his white fur, and overall larger size. Before we go over Bulldrome's moveset, let's discuss some facts. While Bulldrome is the adult form of Bullfango, he was actually added to Monster Hunter much later than them. They were in the first Monster Hunter game, and he was introduced in Monster Hunter DOS, along with monsters like Kushala and Rajang. Bullfango is actually in more games than the Bulldrome. In Monster Hunter 1, Bullfango were classified as herbivores. They were reclassified as fanged beast in the second generation with the introduction of that class of monster. Bulldrome Charges. Bullfango does the same. Because there are usually multiple Bullfango in a single zone, this makes them tricky obstacles to deal with, especially when you're trying to take down something much bigger. After charging, they start preparing to charge again, slowly scraping the ground with their hooves before dashing at you. This is the entire fight. Bulldrome's charges are a lot more complicated. He has a slow charge where he turns around and prepares to take off, similar to what Bullfango can do. And he has a quick charge where he instantly turns around beforehand. Bulldrome does have an attack where he turns a bit quicker, smacking you with his tusks, but the hitbox is small and the attack connects only when you're essentially hugging him. Bulldrome and Bullfango were absent from Monster Hunter Tresse. This game actually cut most of the monsters from previous games, opting for a mostly new cast of large and small monsters. Some of these monsters were very similar to monsters from previous generations. This includes Rhinopolos, who feel like the Monster Hunter Tresse version of Bullfango. When they see you, they slowly prepare themselves before charging at you. While Bullfango and Bulldrome prefer impaling you with their tusks, Rhinopolos instead smack you with their hard heads. Both Bulldrome and Bullfango return from Monster Hunter Portable 3rd. Bullfango, while still as aggressive as they were previously, will now perform idle animations randomly after charging, which gives them time before they charge again. This makes them less annoying than they once were. In high rank, Bulldrome can perform a different charge, where he charges around in a circle before heading back towards you, and he can perform this attack several times. The build up can be pretty small, which makes him much less predictable. In Freedom Unite, if you hit any part of Bulldrome's body with an impact weapon, he would take stun damage. As of Portable 3rd, you have to physically hit his head. While Bullfango were in Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, Bulldrome was absent. Bullfango performed their idle animations much more consistently, as it was often random whenever they would do them in Portable 3rd. Both Bullfango and Bulldrome were absent from Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, but they were back for Generations, and this one is very different. In previous games, if you moved ahead of where Bulldrome was aiming, you would not be hit by his charge attack. G-Rank Bulldrome will instantly adjust to wherever you are. That was Bulldrome's last appearance, and Bullfango didn't appear for World or Iceborne, but he did make a return for Rise. In this game, Bullfango can sometimes be found sleeping, and he will eventually wake up on his own. When facing you, Bullfango can initiate his charges twice in a row before huffing a bit. At times, he will walk up to you and swing his tusk around. He acts slightly like Bulldrome, but much slower and much less threatening. Bulldrome and Bullfango are interesting. They're basically hazards for hunters, something to be aware of when fighting a monster in the same area. I get why they exist and what they add to the game, but I find them to be a little bit too intrusive, especially in the earlier games. Later entries made them a bit more manageable with actual idle animations. Overall, we have quite a few of these small annoying hazards, such as Rhinopolos as mentioned earlier, but also Monster Hunter 4's Conchus. They all serve a similar purpose. Would the games be better without them? Maybe, but they also add elements of unpredictability to the fight, which can be fun. Which Bulldrome is your favourite? Do you even like him? Let me know in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe, and have a good day.